You're listening to Outlaw Review. Today, I am interviewing Project Rogue. Stay tuned to find out about their new album and shows with Texas Hippie Coalition.
But so real quick, let me introduce you to the band. We got Mark Coronado on guitar, Joshua Forks on the other guitar, and Gary Dickens Jr. on drums, and myself, Henry, on bass and vocals.
Awesome. Well, good to talk with all of you guys this evening.
Thank you. But yeah, we're going to do the show here in October with Texas Hippie down at Gas Monkey Bar and Grill, and that will be our CD release show. So we're pretty pumped about that. Pretty excited.
Definitely. I'll be out at that show to see you guys.
Oh, awesome. Cool. You're up in Pennsylvania?
Sometimes Pennsylvania, sometimes Maryland, but pretty good friends with Texas Hippie Coalition and a lot of family going to be at that event. So happy to be able to see you guys as well.
That's cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure how you guys go about that. If you need anybody you know or you yourself, you guys need tickets, we got tickets.
We'll definitely let everybody know if there's anybody that still needs to get tickets, how to get a hold of you guys so that they can do that.
That's cool. All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
So I did check out what you have out there on Reverb. Really great sound. Love you guys so far from what I've heard. Did get that there's quite a political vibe there on some of the songs. So talk to me about that. Talk to me about your message.
Well, there's just a bunch of stuff, like I said, that's going on in the world today that we kind of agree and disagree with. So it's kind of easy to write about, to kind of express your feelings on things. But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on that it just, I don't know, the world is kind of screwed up, and we've been given a platform, so I thought we'd just take advantage of that and try to do our part to try to fix it, or at least point things out.
The world is, very screwed up, and music is definitely a platform for that.
Yeah. But I don't know if you noticed this by checking us out or anything, but we're a pretty big supporter of our military.
I did notice that.
Yeah. And we got our own GI Joe here, and Gary Dickens Jr., our drummer, ex-Army.
I was stationed at about 8 hours north of you.
Okay, where were you stationed at?
Fort Drum, New York.
Okay, yes, I'm very familiar with that.
I did my fair share at the one base you got there. What was it? Oh crap! A little reserve base. It's got its own little mountain around it or something like that. That's the name of it.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Was it Fort Indian Head?
Yeah, that's it. Fort Indian Town. Yeah.
Yep, I'm familiar with that. My husband was actually a Marine, so I'm also a big supporter of the military.
I'll forgive your husband for being a Marine.
And he'll forgive you for being in the Army.
Yeah, that's all good.
Right. So I did get, that sense from one of the songs that you had there on Reverb. Tell me a little bit about that, the song that you wrote for the military.
Well, there's a song on it called A Blind Eye, which actually, it is in support of the military, but actually what it points out is a serious matter, a serious issue, and it talks about veterans that are homeless. And the whole concept behind the title, A Blind Eye, is that the fact that men and women put their lives on the line for our freedoms every day. And when they come home and come across hard times, a lot of people act like they don't notice and just willing to walk by them and just turn a blind eye, as they enjoy the freedoms that they fought for.
Out of the 22% that commit suicide every day, 16 are homeless. You do the math, that's a lot of homeless veterans out there.
Yeah.
It is.
But you know what? I've stated this at our shows every once in a while, that I truly believe that any homeless veteran that you come across, no matter how hard a time he's going through at the time, he would probably drop what he was doing to turn around and do it all over again. Get back now.
Right.
Yeah. So they, regardless of what people think, they deserve our respect.
They do. Is
But
there
yeah,
anything that you guys are doing to raise more awareness of that fact?
that right there, as of right now, there's some things that I've got brewing in the back of my mind as far as I've actually distributed that particular song, and there's a video to it, a lyric video as well, to some of the organizations here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they've actually asked to use it for promotional purposes to boost awareness of their organizations that are doing everything they can to help homeless vets. So that's cool, you know.
Most
They've
definitely.
actually reached out to me and asked if they could use it. I said, you guys can do whatever you want with it. Just more power to you, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But like I said, there's also a song that we have called "Denying the Truth," which speaks in favor of the Second Amendment.
Yes, I heard that one as well. Tell me a little bit more about that.
That right there, just basically, it's kind of pretty cut and dry. The government wants to, like it says, deny the truth of what the gun issues are, and try to treat the guns as if they get up and fire themselves. You know, we don't have a gun problem. We got a people problem.
Right. I have to agree on that.
Yeah. You know, and I myself don't own a gun, but I love the fact that I have the right to do so to protect me and mine if I so choose so. Yeah.
I got mine. Nobody's taking them up.
Right.
Yeah. But there's a couple of other songs that we have, especially on this brand new album, that speak of self-perseverance. We got a song, an old song called "Invincible," and it pretty much speaks for itself. I mean, there's a bunch of people that think when they're down, they have to stay there.
Lies too. That's pretty cool. Something like political.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the whole album, it's actually, I guess, just to kind of shine a light on what's going on. The title of the album is "A Rogue New World." So we're kind of hoping that people realize that they don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. We can actually go rogue and do what we know is right.
Right, definitely. I think music has an opportunity to try to drive that for people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's been plenty of times we've done shows and that people we don't know come up to us and can totally dig the songs, the messages and the songs and whatnot. They can totally relate. And that's the whole idea.
But do you think that we are kind of stuck in a world where a lot of people like to express their opinions on social media, but they don't go out and actually do anything to make change?
Well, that's just a coward.
There's so many armchair warriors out there, armchair warriors and keyboard warriors and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we may not be doing a whole lot. But at least having the guts to take the stage and and speak on things like that to, if we're lucky enough to do a show with a couple hundred people, I mean, hey, we're at least doing that. And people are relating. They're attracted to that because there's a whole bunch of people that actually feel and think the way we do.
But most definitely, and I think you'll certainly find that with the Texas Hippie Coalition crowd that we certainly, most of us agree with that as well.
That's cool.
Do you find that
we're really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Do you find that you get any negative feedback? Because, certainly you do take on some fairly sensitive subjects going on right now in our society. Like,
I tell you this, so far, we haven't had anybody with the guts to come and tell us. Which is fine.
Right?
You know, and you're gonna have that. You're probably gonna have that, but yeah, no. So far, everything has been 100% super positive.
Good.
I think the real people out there, not the liberals that are what people call snowflakes. I think most of the people that come to our shows know what they're getting. They're knowing that we're going to hit on subjects that could hurt somebody's feelings. So those ones don't come. The other ones that actually care or want to see us are going to come and see us play.
Absolutely. And I see not only are you able to open for THC, but also Sons of Texas. Tell me about that.
That's pretty cool, actually. So we've been for a little while. We've been trying to get on that show, and then I was under the impression that they may not be coming through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then out of nowhere, one of the club owners around here hit me up on Facebook and said, "Hey, I finally got it. You guys interested?" We're like, "Yeah."
Bigger shit in the works.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. I mean, anybody that makes their music out of the state of Texas, you know, we're cool with. But these guys rock. They put on great shows. They're really energetic. They really don't give a damn about other people's opinions either. But we can kind of relate.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how far of a range you have as far as touring. Is it right now? Is it regionally throughout Texas?
Not really. It's just one of those things that, you know, as far as all of us have our own lives outside of the band. But as long as everything works out and schedules and all that good stuff, right now, I mean, we basically stay put, but that's not necessarily by choice. So we can entertain any possibility if it's for the greater good.
And now talk to me a little bit about your writing process.
Some of the guys, for the most part, especially Mark and Joshua, our guitar players, they'll put things together because I do the singing. I'm the vocalist. I usually write the lyrics to fit my vocal style, and it seems to work out really well. I mean, we all got pretty much the same mindset musically, and of course, I write the lyrics and come up with the subject matter, and I run it by the guys, and once we all agree, then we move forward with the writing.
And where do you feel that your most inspiration comes from when writing songs?
The real world. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, and then when you think about it, the songs that we've talked about here in this short, speaking to you right now, think about it. As long as those subjects exist, our songs are always going to be relevant.
I get that formula.
Yeah. I mean, we have a song called "Love to Hate" that's about racism, or just, and not even racism. It's just hating people for being different. Unfortunately that's always been around, and as long as people are the way they are, it's always going to be.
You don't think that there's ever any opportunity to make that different or to make any kind of changes with that?
No, absolutely. And the song itself speaks of that. How we as a people should stand against that and not accept it. You know, no matter how bad some people try to make it seem that just because you're different, you're wrong. But there's a bunch of us that know that different doesn't mean wrong. Different just means different. You know?
Absolutely.
Sure. And that's what makes the world awesome. In fact, if everybody was the same, it'd be boring.
And I do think you find more of that acceptance or camaraderie in heavy music.
Yeah. And the reason being, in my opinion, is because metalheads are always the outcast. Nobody understands a metalhead but another metalhead.
Right.
You know?
But you can come from all different backgrounds or different races and be a metalhead and still belong.
Right. Exactly. I mean, at some of our shows, honestly, and it's not meant to do that. It really doesn't matter. But there actually is all different colors of people at our shows.
Iraq was that much. When I was in Iraq, I just hear the interpreters listening to Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, then having Acousticana come right out of Baghdad, which is a metal band that got signed a while back to Metal Blade. I mean, it's all over.
See, and Gary's talking about that in Iraq. I don't hear any stories about people saying that coming out of Iraq about Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't.
I had interpreters walking in going, "Hey, Sergeant Dacus, what are you listening to?" I'm like, "This band." They're like, "Bring me their computer, download it onto their computer, take the CD back, and next thing you know, they're out on patrol with whatever MP3 player they have, listening to it in the back of the truck." Metal's worldwide.
It absolutely is.
And I think it's a good thing for it to be misunderstood. It's almost like we don't want to be understood by anybody. The ones that get it, get it. The ones that don't.
That's very true.
They don't get it and they're missing out.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So
actually, for Project Rogue, this will be the second time that the band has actually shared the stage with THC. We did a show with them a couple of years ago over here in Dallas, and that turned out really great.
My first time with THC.
Awesome.
Yeah. We didn't get to meet any of the guys. I mean, we played really early, and then they played later on, of course. But hopefully that's different this time around.
Yeah, and I think it's going to just be even bigger this time, knowing, from just how many coalition family members that are planning on attending that show. I think it's going to be quite a big show.
Well, actually, to be honest, it's funny you should mention that because I myself have actually mailed out tickets to people in Minnesota, in Kansas, and in Colorado.
Yes.
Yeah, they've actually hit me up, and they've seen some of the event postings on Facebook, and they're on their way down here, and they're like, "Hey, we need some tickets." I'm like,
Missouri coming down too, Kansas City. I think I sold tickets to some lady that was out of St. Louis. So, yeah, we've been selling tickets all over the place.
Absolutely, you won't be surprised to have 9 or 10 states maybe represented.
Cool.
Anyway.
And the cool thing about it is I personally have sold tickets from people from out of state, and they've been real quick to turn around and send me a friend request so they can keep in touch.
Yes, we certainly, if we see other bands that open for THC that we like, we are quick to adopt you.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah, so, certainly I think that, your following will certainly increase, and I reach out to other people who help out with Outlaw Review, and I say, hey, who do you want to hear from? And a couple of my guys are like, you have to get Project Rogue, you have to get them because, we're going to go see them and we want to hear all about them.
Awesome. That is awesome. We're going to make sure we do everything we can not to disappoint.
Well, we've already been listening to your music because, we do that too. We kind of preview and see what's coming along with the show, and, everybody's pretty excited about you guys.
Actually, we have a song on the new album called Brand New Sin that actually has in-studio video. And I'll send you the YouTube link so you can hear it. It's actually the studio recording and footage of us in the studio, and that way you'll get a better idea of what's coming up on that album from that day.
I have watched that video, and I will also be happy to share that on the website for you.
Awesome.
We got a video that we did actually was done for us. A guy named Bobby Flynn. He did it. Us playing in trees up in mushroom bed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a live one. That came out real good as well.
We'll certainly be happy to share, any of your videos or links to, websites or wherever we can pick up your CD. Where do you think your CD will be released at besides being available at the show?
Well, the first thing to do is to get it out to our general public. But then eventually, first thing after that, it's going to go to every digital outlet you can imagine, as far as Spotify and things of that nature.
It should be like maybe 2 weeks after we do the actual local release. We'll probably put it out on Spotify, Amazon MP3, iTunes, and try to get it out there for streaming also.
Yeah, we'll have time to do that because after the THC show, we're pretty much going to kind of take a break for the holidays. So we'll be able to do stuff like that with no pressure of getting ready for shows and things of that nature.
So what's coming up after the holidays for you guys? What's in the future for you?
After the holidays, I mean, especially going into 2019, we're already working on some stuff. To be honest with you, actually, we've got a couple of songs that, even though they're on the internet, a lot of people don't think too much about that, but you'd be surprised. We actually got a couple of songs that are being played in Montreal and in Australia. So if we can continue to branch out like that, and then, other states here in the U.S., of course, but from what I've been told by the people in Australia, the music's being accepted very well.
Well, we had both songs on there one time. We had Brand New Sin and we had Living the Lies. Both were on the top 25 there at the same time.
But we're trying to just focus a little bit on making things bigger and better. Shows like THC, and not to forget where we came from. Of course, I will never do that. But if we can get on with bigger bands, more nationally known bands like that, kind of broaden our horizons, so to speak, we're going to really try for that. Try to get into the bigger, better venues, especially here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and then branch out throughout Texas. And it's just take the booking and the business aspect of the band a lot more serious and really more in depth, to just kind of to explore new possibilities and just run with it.
Absolutely. And like you said, with social media, you had followers in Australia or Canada, definitely having that media presence is going to be a huge help as well in getting the word out about your band.
Right. And hey, if they'll help us out, we'll go do some shows in Australia.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Jump around with some kangaroos and kangaroos.
Joey's are assholes. Joey's are assholes.
But yeah, we're open to jamming with just about anybody. I mean, we're kind of easygoing band. The four of us get along really well. I don't really think there's ever a band that we've actually shared the stage with that we didn't get along with. So, like I said, I'm kind of hoping that we get to meet the guys from THC, and who knows, spark up a relationship that every time they come through here, we'll be able to share the stage with them. Maybe hit the road a little bit.
You never know. That would be awesome for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anything else that I haven't talked with you about tonight, anything else that you want to share about your band or what you're working on?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, the songwriting, as far as the lyrics especially, the music is coming along really great, really energetic, kind of in your face. But we don't want to lose point on what the subject matter of the lyrics are. We always want to make sure that, actually my wife has actually said that our lyrics are lyrics with substance. And that's always kind of stuck with me, that people were able to listen to the lyrics, understand them, and take them to heart and say, you know what, that means something to me. Or I can completely relate to what they're talking about. Or finally, somebody's writing music about blah, 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 And just want to stick to that. We don't want to lose who we are. We don't want to really change too much because I think where we're at is, as far as that's concerned, is where we need to be as a band. There's not enough of that around the music scene, not just here in Texas, but there's just not enough. Too many people are writing songs just to sell albums and make money.
You're right on that, but I think the music that lasts is the music that somebody has invested their heart and soul into, that, you know, they really do write with substance. I think those are the songs that you're going to still have around 15, 20 years from now.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, especially when it comes to the lyrics, I try to spend as much time as I can picking the right words, you know, not just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't mean anything to anybody. I just did it just to fill a line and fill a gap. No, I want to make sure that it actually does mean something.
Absolutely.
That's why the songwriting process usually takes longer than what most bands do, because you're actually looking to make lyrics work and fit and actually mean something instead of just throwing crap out there in the wind and seeing what happens.
Yeah, if you lived around if you were old enough to remember the 80s and 90s, there's a lot of songs out there about booze and loose women.
A lot, man.
You know, so that's been done.
Yeah,
That's been done.
there's that.
To write a song like that nowadays, we're like, hey, that's already been done. Do something different.
I'm in a band that does that.
You know, write something that means something to somebody.
I'm in a southern rock band that writes that type of stuff all the time.
And, you know, there's nothing wrong with a good party song, but you can't overlook the fact that, again, music has a way of really carrying a message to people.
Right.
Well, when you get the president of the Philippines who likes Anthrax and Metallica, that tells you something.
So if you could leave any one message for your fans through your music, what would it be?
Never lose sight of who you are.
Never give up.
Be real.
And always keep pushing forward. Stay up, drive.
But yeah, basically that. Stay true to who you are, and don't be something that you're not to try to make somebody else happy.
I think that's very, very good advice.
Yeah. I'm writing that down.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Well, I definitely look forward to seeing you guys in October and to seeing the new album release.
Absolutely. Like I said, it'll be available that night. And then after that, we'll put the work in to put it out digitally or you know, on the outlets or whatnot. But yeah, it'll be available for sale that night.
And any of your guys that are veterans have to come see me, so I don't know if I might know one of them or not.
I know we certainly have a few in our midst that are vets, so we'll let them know.
Yeah, 'cause I'm supposed to have 3 or 4 of my guys that I served with in Iraq are going to be coming to the show too, so we're going to sit there and see how stupid we can get that thing.
Absolutely. I really think that, you know, that's something that we appreciate so much. We just thank you guys for your service.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it.
You know, and I definitely think I can speak for, you know, Big Dad Rich on it as well, that I know he appreciates and respects our military as well.
Cool. Is your husband going to make it to the show?
He is going to be at the show.
Outstanding. I'll be able to give him some shit about the threads on his forehead. Shots fired. I'll expect some comeback when I see him.
I'll let him know to look out for that.
Hey, you know what? You could have an Army guy, Air Force guy, Marine Corps guy, Navy guy, Coast Guard, all stand in a circle talking shit to us. are talking shit to each other. The minute some asshat outside that circle says something, you're gonna see 5 guys turn on and whoop their ass.
Yes, I'm quite familiar. You get all kinds just talking to one another like that. I know.
You put us in a firefight, though, we're gonna take some motherfuckers down. Bottom line.
Well, I thank you guys for taking the time to speak with me this evening, and I look forward to meeting y'all in October.
Awesome. Look forward to meeting you guys. And as soon as we come off stage, you guys make it a point to come up to us, say hello. We'll take some pictures, and everybody get to know one another.
Hell yeah.
We definitely will.
Mm-hmm. Kristen, are you going to put this on something, or?
Yeah, so what this is going to run on is my website, which is outlawreview.com, and we focus